I just read Journey into Mystery number 96 from September of 1963, where Thor battles Merlin. So our story begins after the splash page. We have the art here is by Joe Sinnott, Stan Lee plotted, and R. Burns wrote it. So Thor has to sneak back in, and Don Blake's basically been in his lab hiding from Jane as all the patients have left. But he ended up saving a bus. And anyway, he hears about the tomb of Merlin being delivered to New York. And Merlin shows up, and he's just perfectly fine. He's not dead or anything. It's been a while since Camelot. And he has these powers, you know. He talks about how he took over King Arthur's. But one of the things that's talked about, and this is kind of interesting in terms of Marvel Comics history, nobody in medieval times suspected I was one of the mutants on Earth, deriving my powers not from any occult magic, but from within my own body. So Merlin is actually a mutant. He predates the Mariner. And this book is cover date September 63, which is the exact same cover date as X-Men #1. So anyway, there's some shenanigans that Merlin's pulling with the rocket, and, you know, he uproots the Washington Monument. Thor saves it by lassoing it with his hammer and putting it back in place. Then there's going to dump the Pentagon on Thor, but Thor just digs a hole. He's doing all sorts of stuff with the Lincoln Memorial. But then he says, I'm going to turn to Don Blake. I have more powers than you, so I can turn into anybody. And Merlin's like, okay, I'll go back to sleep for another 1,000 years. And then Jane's like, yeah, you lose all these patients, but on the operating table, as a surgeon, you're a magician. So, at any rate, we have a backup story by Lee and Lieber, called her Medusa, where basically the Gorgons were actually aliens, and they come back, they're going to take over Earth now, but their powers don't work at all because, well, they don't really realize the two guys they tried on were both blind. And then the second backup story, now before I get to that, here we go. Here's a house ad for Fantastic Four Annual #1 and Strange Tales Annual #2, and they don't really truly reveal it. It's just the trade dress of X-Men #1, plus the newest, greatest, most original super team ever, the X-Men. Sure to be a sellout. Reserve your copy today. Wouldn't you like to have reserved a copy of X-Men #1? At any rate, this last story is a time travel story that doesn't end well for the title character, and it is by Leon Ditko, Frederick Fenton.